big of an issue is liquidity? I mean, in being involved in so many different things for you, how are you guys leveraged?
Well, fortunately for me, I don't have much debt going out there. I've obviously structured myself very, very nicely. I've got great partners, no question. So for my...
And how much of your company do you own right now?
Oh, I own 100%
The whole
of it.
100%?
Yeah, I own 100% of it. But to me, the liquidity's there, believe it or not. I mean, we haven't had a problem of going to some of these institutions and putting this business proposal to them, and without them saying, wow, this is pretty good. So the money's sitting there. Nobody likes to earn 0%, right? And so you've got trillions of dollars sitting out there on the sideline. You just look at the Asian market today, the return on your investment in Asia, whether it's in the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, Shanghai Stock Exchange, the return on your investment just in the trading floors like you've been used to doing is there. So people are wanting to put their money somewhere. Forget the US dollars going down in value, you're still getting a return on that. So they're not going to leave it sit over here in the United States on the sidelines, they're going to invest it somewhere. And there are tremendous opportunities out there. So liquidity to a degree is not that big an issue. I mean, you can find the capital, you can go in there, but you've got to have that business model that convinces that person, whether it's a short-term investment at a high risk or whether it's a long-term investment. We have noticed nowadays that people getting involved in risky businesses like we did back in the 80s and the 90s where you get these giant returns of 30, 28, 32, 40%, they're gone. People now are looking for, I use this word a lot, sustainability. They're looking at that nice 8, 9, 10% double-digit growth. It's phenomenal if you can get it. So now you're seeing everybody come, okay, we'll invest, but this is what we're looking for, but we're going to spread it out over a period of time. So things have changed.
How have your fees for the specific golf course and development housing, how have those fees changed in the last 3 years? I mean, have you seen a big percentage drop in what you can charge?
Oh, absolutely.
Like how much? What percentage has dropped?
I would say we've dropped anywhere from 30 to 40%. And that depends on the market, that depends on the region, and that depends on how many visits I make. There are a few other caveats that come with it, right? So we had to think out of the box. Before, we had all signatures of design. Now we have the Great White design, which is tiered down. And this is an interesting case study, actually. We all thought, okay, the market's not going to be able to pay us our asking fee as signature design. Let's come out with another layer or a different tier. It's interesting how nobody's really come to this lower tier. They still want that signature brand. So we had to rethink our signature model a little bit. Most of the time back in the
they weren't willing
days,
to sacrifice quality, in other words. They just wanted that price to drop.
Exactly right. And when they dropped that price, then when we dropped that price, we would go from 4 or 5 days of Greg Norman visiting the site to 1 or 2 days. So you can see that cost now comes down because, cost of getting me there, cost of a site visit is there. The money's there. So there has been some changes.
Let's talk a little bit about the other areas that you're in. You have, obviously, the Greg Norman collection. In 2005, sales were at $200 million. You had double-digit growth, for 11 straight quarters. Has that continued? I mean, do you still see the apparel market, the Greg Norman collection, with strong sales and
I would
growth?
put it to you this way. We have held our own. We've seen a lot of other companies, and I'm not going to name them, a lot of other companies lose market share. So you got this pie, right? So everybody's in the same pie. So how do we grow? We grow by taking market share from other companies. And when you get in an economic downtime, some of those companies don't have a good model for going forward. We had a great model going forward. So we've held our own in
What was the model?
Going to the green grass, maintaining your relationship to the top 100 golf courses in the United States. Green grass was everything to us. Now all of a sudden, the retail is starting to get ignited.
So what do you see for sales for the Greg Norman collection in 2010, 2011?
Well, I'll give you an example. Our women's line is up 60% over last year. So, I mean, that is an indicator for the rest of the company. Obviously, we'd love the rest of the company's not up 60%, but our huge growth opportunity is obviously China and the Asian market.
More on venturing into Asian waters after this break. Stay with us.